Seventh placed Port Adelaide played host to ladder leaders Norwood at home and went into the match determined to play man-on-man, shut down Norwood's high possession game, and the plan was very effective. The match was an arm wrestle and not much separated the sides all day. For the Redlegs, Nick Dinham had 22 possessions and 12 marks, providing a target up forward, but his kicking let him down. 2 goals 5 wasn't a good conversion rate. 105-kilogram ruckman Mitch Wood was in the thick of the action all day. 18 disposals, 7 marks and 25 hit-outs was a solid workout. Redlegs coach David Odie was pleased with the work rate of Anthony Giannini. His 19 disposals, 5 marks and 4 inside 50s meant he was always making a contest. Lockie Peter across half forward made the most of his opportunities, collecting 17 disposals, 7 marks and bagging 2 goals. But speaking of goals, what about this solo effort from Henry Olsen in the third quarter? It's definitely one that deserves a place on the highlight reel. For Port, Zach Hawkins was an absolute standout. He was the highest possession gatherer on both sides with 37 disposals and 9 marks. Playing as a small defender, he displayed superb judgment, knowing when to run and when to hold back. Harley Tiller is a pint-sized small forward-come midfielder who loves the tough stuff. He was in and under all day, gathering 23 possessions and laying 5 tackles. Ryan Kelly worked hard across half forward all day, making a contest, and his 2 first-quarter goals were a reward for effort. Magpies coach Julian Farkas was particularly pleased with Jonathan Ross up forward and in the ruck. After a horror run which included a broken hand plus knee and ankle injuries, Ross really made his presence felt. 12 disposals, 7 clearances and 25 hit-outs against much bigger and experienced ruckmen like Mitch Wood and Tom Clayton was indeed a fine effort. Another to please the coach was Jackson Williams, the son of Magpies Premiership coach Stephen, an in and under midfielder who racked up 20 disposals and slotted a brilliant goal that actually put the Magpies in front early in the last quarter. Norwood was able to rally and score the last 2 goals of the game, an absolute gem from on-baller Alex McKay to cap off his 21 possessions, 6 tackles and 7 inside 50s, clinched a hard-fought 9-point victory for the Redlegs. Second place Sturt faced up to bottom placed South Adelaide, and if the Double Blues were expecting a walk in the park, they were in for a shock. South coach Kim Cobb had spent all week impressing on his players the need to continually work for each other and to maintain effort and intensity. It certainly produced a dividend, and the Panthers made more forward entries, had more centre clearances and had more hit-outs than their opposition. South was highly competitive in the first half, and the pressure they applied caused a number of skill errors from Sturt. The work of Dwayne Wilson when the going was tough kept the Double Blues in the contest. He finished the match with 27 disposals, 7 tackles, 5 clearances and a goal. In the third quarter, Sturt finally managed to start moving the ball quickly and long into their forward line with positive results. Rex Miles in his second game provided a target at full forward. His 2 goals within the space of 5 minutes set the Double Blues on a roll. Miles finished the match with 4 goals. Sam Magor across half forward and on ball worked very hard around the contest and finished off his work with 3 goals. In the absence of Jake Atkinson, Rune Guilfoy shouldered the ruck duties. 24 possessions, 12 marks and 16 hit-outs was an inspiring performance. For South Adelaide, 16-year-old ruckman Pete Steff collected a phenomenal 52 hit-outs, but his field play around the ground was where he needs to really improve. However, Steff's fine ruck work gave the likes of Caleb Daniel first use, and the state under-16 player had a day out. 30 disposals, 6 tackles, 10 clearances and 7 inside 50s, an impressive return. Michael Ballas, playing up forward and in the midfield, certainly knew how to find the ball, gathering 22 possessions, 3 tackles, 5 clearances, 5 inside 50s and 2 goals. Likewise, Panthers captain Billy Hogben was in and at it in the midfield and across half forward with 20 disposals, 3 tackles, 6 clearances and 5 inside 50s. Kurt Lindner, recruited from the Great Southern League, playing as a midfielder, has really improved over the last month. 20 disposals, 7 marks, 4 tackles and 3 clearances is a good day's work. In the end, it was the Double Blues home by 42 points. The Tigers made the long journey out to Bulldog territory, determined to maintain the consistency of the excellent form displayed in the previous match against West Adelaide. The Bulldogs continued with their policy of blooding under-16 players to give them game time at the next level. For the Tigers, Billy Laurie at centre-half forward and Tyler Baker across half forward continued on with their good form from the previous week. Laurie really made his presence felt up forward, collecting 20 possessions, 9 marks and kicking 5 goals. Baker was equally impressive with 22 disposals, 11 marks, 6 inside 50s and 2 goals. Billy Hayes is an inside midfielder who returned after half a dozen games in the reserves. Displaying a positive attitude, he racked up a fine array of stats. 21 possessions, 8 tackles, 8 clearances, 8 inside 50s and 3 goals. Definitely a busy day at the office. Coach Adam Blakely was high in his praise of Brad Wood, who did a lot of hard work around the ground, getting his hand to 28 hitouts. He was forced from the field in the third quarter after rolling his ankle. This brought Michael Galley into the frame. The boy from Hallett Cove is very versatile. He started up forward, bagged a goal, then he was moved to centre-half back before being swung into the ruck. Galley got his hand to 19 hitouts and then finished the match as an inside midfielder. For the Bulldogs, Jackson Baldwin was again a standout in a losing side. Despite spending a period of time off the ground with a wrist injury, Baldwin still managed to collect 29 possessions, 11 marks, 3 tackles, 4 clearances, as well as kicking 3 goals. Josh Russo, playing as a ruck rover come forward, received the Coach's Award for continually doing the team-orientated things. 19 disposals, 4 clearances and 2 goals was a good day out. 2 under-16 players who deserve a mention are Callum Lauke, playing across half forward and wing. In only his second game, he's competing well at the higher level, as is Dominic Costanzo, playing across half back and in the back pocket. Bulldogs coach David Hardy was pleased with the fact that in spite of the huge three-quarter time deficit, his young Chargers kept at it and outscored the Tigers in the last quarter. Glenelg still coasted to victory though by a margin of 90 points. West Adelaide hosted North Adelaide at Richmond Oval on the Sunday and got off to a flying start by booting some early goals. North hit back late in the quarter and following a 5-goal second term by the Roosters, scores were level at the long break. After half-time, West pulled away with a 6-0 third quarter and maintained control for the remainder of the game. I know we say this every week, but yet again Ryan Dykesman racked up another impressive list of stats. 42 disposals, 11 marks, 7 clearances, 11 inside 50s and 2 goals. Say no more. Bloods coach Jared Mears was particularly pleased with the performance of under-16 state player Brett Turner. Playing across half forward, Turner showed off his athleticism. He possesses a strong vertical leap, took 7 marks and finished with 5 goals. Another under-16 state player to do well was the boy from the Mallee, Sam Durden, who started at centre-half back, was moved to full forward in the second half and booted 3 goals. Special mention must go to the lion-hearted effort of Blood skipper Nick Hyde, who led from the front all day. His 34 hitouts gave first use to midfielders such as Reece Smelt with 22 disposals plus 6 clearances and Zach Bates, who collected 21 disposals, 8 tackles as well as bagging 3 goals. For the Roosters, Mitch Harvey played for St Peter's College the previous day and then backed up for North and kicked 6 goals straight. A good effort. Jack Grieger worked hard in the midfield all day, gathering 34 possessions, 8 marks and 7 clearances. Josh Pobke, a state under-16 player, provided plenty of run across half-back and used the ball well. 30 possessions, 9 marks and 6 clearances from a defender was very impressive. In the end, the Bloods ran out winners by a comfortable 7-goal margin.